Renting is just paying someone else's mortgage. It's the worst thing you can do with money.
Said every person who's never seen what a roof repair costs. Let's go.
Rent forever or buy a house. Which one's the real trap?
By the end of this, one of us has to give ground. No fake stalemate.
Here's why this isn't obvious. Both of us are right. Depending on numbers, most people never run.
Get the assumptions wrong and either choice torches a decade of your money.
Round 1. Every month you rent, that money is gone forever. Buy, and a chunk of every payment builds equity you actually own. On a $400,000 home, after 7 years you've paid down real principal and ridden the appreciation. Your landlord did that with your money. And rent never stops climbing. Your mortgage will change over time with interest rates, but in the long run, it's a payment that pays off, building you real equity, while rent just vanishes every year.
Cute. Now my turn. Buying isn't a payment. It's a pile of payments you never see coming. Property tax, insurance, maintenance. Budget 1 to 4% of the home's value every single year. On that house, that's $4,000 to $16,000 a year that builds you zero equity. And your $40,000 down payment locked in a wall? I invested mine.
Round 2. Okay, but rent and invest the difference? Nobody actually does it. They rent and they spend it. At least a mortgage forces you to save.
Forced savings at a 6% interest rate. Run the actual math. The stock market has averaged about 7% after inflation over the long run. Invest the down payment and the monthly cost gap instead of sinking it into a house, and compound growth can beat your equity without a furnace that dies in January.
7%. Until the market drops 30 and you panic sell. A house you live in. You don't refresh its price every morning and have a heart attack. And you're ignoring leverage. You control a $400,000 asset with a $40,000 down payment. 5% appreciation isn't 5% on your money. It's 50.
Leverage, sure. Now show them the amortization schedule. In year 1, almost your entire payment is interest, not equity. You're barely an owner. You're a very committed tenant of the bank. And mobility is money. The renter who can chase a higher paying job in another city isn't trapped by a house they can't sell. Round 3, but what about leverage cutting both ways? I know that's what you're all typing. It does. Prices drop 10% and his 50% gain becomes a wipeout.
And what about transaction costs? Because someone's about to comment it. Buying and selling a house burns roughly 9 to 10% in fees. Stay 2 years and you lose money. That's real. Over the long run, though, U.S. home prices have basically never had a 30-year losing stretch. Time bails out almost every buyer.
Past performance isn't a promise. Ask Japan. Ask anyone who bought at the peak in 2007 and had to sell in 2009.
But what about the tax break? The mortgage interest deduction has to count for something.
Don't. Since the standard deduction nearly doubled, most homeowners don't even itemize anymore. That tax break is smaller than your uncle thinks. And if you put less than 20% down, you're paying PMI. That's insurance protecting the bank, not you.
Fair. Then here's the one number everyone watching should actually run. The 5% rule.
Take the home's value, multiply by 5%, divide by 12. If you can rent the same place for less than that each month, renting wins on the math. Okay, I'll give you one. If you're staying put for a decade in a market where rent keeps climbing, buying usually wins. The stability alone has a value I can't put in a spreadsheet.
And I'll give you one back. The always buy, renting is throwing money away line is lazy. If you move in 3 years, renting is the smart call, not the weak one. So here's the verdict. Buy if you'll stay 7+ years, and you've got an emergency fund that survives a broken roof.
Rent and invest the difference if you'll move sooner. And actually invest it. Don't just spend it. The real trap isn't renting, and it isn't buying. It's the advice that says one always wins.
Buying a place you can't afford to stay in is how you go house poor. Renting forever with nothing invested is how you stay broke with extra steps. We're split, so you decide. Team Max or Team Sophie?
Drop your side in the comments and tell us what we should fight about next.
Next episode, lease a car or buy it, and why the buy, use, drive it forever crowd might be wrong.